Hello, hello, hello. Before we get started on this next episode of the podcast, episode 5 of the Degenerates Among Us podcast. Few things. If you're not following me on social media, follow it. Follow that. Follow my bros out of social media. Follow us. We doing good things. We doing some fun stuff. Especially my boy Andre. He has his own Twitch. So go check his Twitch channel out. He usually is playing some very obscure but also interesting games. Recently he was playing Metal Gear Solid. He's never played a Metal Gear Solid game before, so it was fascinating to watch him struggle and enjoy himself. So go check that out. But for today's episode of the podcast, we just talk about a bunch of companies getting purchased, Lately, there hasn't been much in terms of new video games coming out and whatnot. So companies, I feel, are just buying stuff. So we have our talk on Sony buying Evo, Microsoft possibly in the talks of buying Discord, which is one of the programs I use to do the podcast. So that's interesting. We're about to get bought out by Microsoft. We're about to be free Xbox for everybody. But we also got some other stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, by the way, there will be a link in the description box below of us talking about Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, mostly me talking about Justice League because nobody watched it, surprisingly. But, it was pretty entertaining movie to watch. So there will be a description box below of me just rambling and talking about it with my friends, trying to convince them, and it didn't work out all too well. But the movie is good. I highly recommend people watch it. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin the podcast. Yeah. We're going to do some intros. Let's get these intros started. I know that took like 10 years, but, whatever.
It's been like an hour. We still haven't started.
Yeah, but
say we started. That was not an intro. That was just a talk about movie.
Again,
I thought we were skipping
which again, you should have been recording so that you can get this information.
Oh! I'm still recording. I'm just gonna edit it.
Okay, you are recording. Okay.
Yes.
I was about to say, if you were not recording, I'm going.
Oh my god, bro, guys! This whole time, even before I was recording. Oh my god, guys!
You missed the podcast. Why you didn't show up?
Bro, oh my god,
We show up. You didn't record the whole thing.
I was about to say,
yo, that would have been like last time. Nah, that would have been like last time where I pressed record and then that shit said like, oh, half of it got deleted. Nah. I recorded, so we all good. Welcome everyone to another episode of the podcast. We are episode 5 of the Degenerates Among Us podcast. Finally, we are here after a long hiatus, thanks to these good-for-nothing friends of mine. I'm your host, Mr. Degenerate. Joining me with my brothers, JJ. Introduce yourself to the audience.
It's been a minute. Been busy, but yeah. So it's Jonathan. Call me JJ. As you got. Don't really like too much of Zack Snyder's movies, but hey, I like stuff. I like video games and I like reading. That's about it.
Listen here. He doesn't like anybody's opinion. He will fight you to death on opinions. So don't battle him.
It's not even that I just like opinion. I like arguing. It's fun.
Don't argue with this. Don't argue with this. Don't argue. Toxic.
They always told me I should have been a lawyer, but hey, I just like fun.
Oh, no.
damn, so you're gonna argue and lie for a living?
Joining me here is the fucking bully of the team again, Mr. Karate Man himself, Andre, Mr. Bully.
And the cops show up just as soon as you mention Andre's name. Holy shit!
How am I the bully? Since when was I? When was this title given to me?
You are a bully to us in every game, especially fighting games we play.
Every time he talks about you, the sirens start ringing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, that is true. It's true. I noticed it. Okay, stop for 1 second. I noticed every time I mention Andre, the sirens do bring come.
Listen, man, I in no way, shape, or form a bully, man. I just like to be good at what I do.
Check his stream.
Yeah.
Got the evidence.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're gonna do something about him. Anywho. We're gonna probably break his hands, whatever, so he won't play no more fighting.
My hand was broken, and I still beat him.
Shut up! See what I mean?
My hand was completely fractured, and
It's just foul.
See, this is why we don't. This is why we still play fighting games.
Black discipline.
Why?
I'm not a bully. I just speak the truth.
No, he's a bully. Anywho, last but not least, we have Mr. Hacker Man, the best hacker of our team, Roy. Right.
Your boy Futaba. But yeah, it's Roy. Nice to see you guys again. Glad to be a part of the podcast.
Okay.
Last week due to depression.
I know. I feel.
Aren't you not supposed to out a hacker? Are you crazy?
I'm sorry. Hell, I'm trying to get him
Where's the
arrested.
silence?
I'm trying to get him arrested so he can.
Well, it's not as long as I'm not doing anything. I mean, it's not illegal to like.
Not illegal if they don't find out. Huh?
Exactly.
What evidence do you have? Sir?
They don't have his last name, so he's good.
You arrest me, you gotta arrest all the penetration testers in the field.
Confirm or deny it. Don't get a lawyer. Don't talk. Stop. Yeah. Don't say anything.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. This conversation never happened.
Okay, whatever. But alright, so this is gonna be a short episode. There will be timestamps, but this is gonna be a short episode. We only got like 2 topics, and then the rest we're gonna spitball it. Then I'm gonna get these motherfuckers out of here because we already talked about Zack Snyder's movie. So, all right. So, big news. For my brother and Andre, you're a fighting fan. If not, the bully of our team.
I am not.
Oh, you are not.
I've never played a fighting game in my life.
Your records in Fighter Z says otherwise.
It's not me, dog.
Or whatever. Anywho, so...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I felt it last night when I was fighting him. Anywho, I got the bruise to show it. So, Sony decided, hey, man, we want to capitalize on that fighting game division. So, we bought Evo. So, Sony owns Evo now, the big fighting game company, division, or... whatever, championship, and they've been around for how long, Andre, would you know, or no?
What, Evo?
Yes, how long have Evo been around?
I believe it's either 15 or 20 years. I believe it's 15.
15, wow, 15 years? Actually, yeah, it just says it right here, 15 years. They've been doing it for quite a bit, a long while, and now Sony picked them up. They do not show how much money they actually purchased them for, but
no. Well, it was founded in 1996.
Yeah, 1996.
So, yeah, about 15.
Yes, 15 years of Evo, and basically, how y'all feel about this? This is some big news. Big news.
I'm gonna just go first because I don't really play fighting games. Don't got a much opinion on it, and then you guys could take it. I don't care. Like, I watch Evo sometimes to just, like... sometimes if, like, I just catch a video or whatever. Like, I've seen the Daigo thing with the Street Fighter, of course, but I don't really watch Evo too much. It's like, oh, okay. I just wonder, is like, are they gonna, like, put Killer Instinct, take that off since it's, Microsoft only? Are they gonna, like, do stuff like that? But I doubt it. I mean, there's no reason to. But they also might not promote it. So, it doesn't really affect me too much, so that's my 2 cents out there.
It's something. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get rid of it. But Andre, since you're the biggest fighting fanatic over here, like, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, as far as them getting rid of any type of games or stuff, they've already made statements on that. They said that any games and every game that's already been there is welcome. Evo's gonna continue to be basically operating the way it has. The big worry was from actually the Smash Brothers community, so the Nintendo community, that they would not be welcome because now it's owned by Sony, And Sony was like, "No, you can still keep doing your thing. We have no problems." And Nintendo was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
about
know
that.
about that. We might pull out. We'll let you
No,
know."
exactly.
So, once again, Nintendo hating their own fan base.
Yeah.
But I think Sony acquiring Evo or partnering with Evo is more of a blessing than a curse. I think it's gonna come obviously with some negative side effects. The FGC is not gonna really be the same after this
It's not gonna be
because
as
it's gonna be
wild.
more professionalized
Yeah,
and
it's
more
not gonna be as wild.
nit tuck in terms of like content and stuff like that, and the world being all sensitive, certain costumes and blah 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 will be
Not my
censored.
dad.
There's going to be a lot of censorship and stuff like that because of just how the world is, and since Sony's a global brand, it's going to affect Evo. But I think them acquiring Evo is definitely a step in a better direction than them not doing anything. Because with all that stuff with Mr. Wizard and basically the majority of the Evo staff just being not great people, I think this is the best situation Evo could ask for.
I agree, and I'm gonna add on to what you said in a minute. But
And
Roy,
it adds to better equipment too, because it's Sony equipment. Sony makes good shit.
I mean, don't usually, and this is to ask you, don't usually they use Sony machines to do, um, like to do the tournaments? Don't they usually use PlayStations?
They use whatever, like if it's on a game by game basis, they use whatever console the game runs best on. So, like, say for example, Marvel 3, Ultimate Marvel 3, it was always ran on a 360 because it runs better on 360.
Really, it does.
Yes.
Really? I never knew
Yeah,
this.
there was some hiccups and delays on PS3 sometimes. So they always run on 360. But again, it goes by a game basis. So, but usually, for the most part, other games, especially games nowadays, are typically ran on a PlayStation if it's on PlayStation. But then again, most of the big games that are like center stage at Evo are all played on a PlayStation because they're usually not console exclusive games unless it's like Smash or something. And then as far as monitors go, I mean, it's been a couple of years since I've been to a tournament, so I don't know what kind of monitors they use. But when I was there, they were running on Asus and BenQ monitors because they have basically one frame of delay, so as minimalistic as possible. But keep in mind, Evo has always ran ads and stuff like that for products. So now you're gonna get discounts
Sony
on Sony
products.
products and stuff.
Only Sony products.
Yeah, like while you watch, enter code blah blah blah, get 20% off, Sony chair or some shit like that.
Yeah. And usually, and just to add on before I give it to Roy, usually every time Evo happens, the PlayStation Store always have a sale for all the games that's on Evo, all the main stage games on Evo. So,
Well, Sony has been taking more of a front center stage when it comes to fighting games, like especially with MK11. They have their weekly MK tournaments on PlayStation.
Right,
So
right,
it's not
right.
it's not like Sony is kind of new to this. I mean, they kind of are new to it, but as far as running tournaments and stuff now, they've been doing this for like a good year or so. So they've definitely been taking interest before. So now it's just the opportunity that they've taken and they got it.
Well, good for them.
It means more money too, potentially in prize pools.
Yeah.
But it also means stiffer competition. So
That's true.
But Evo is returning online this year, so.
Oh God. Roy, what do you have to say about this? Since you're into fighting games.
I mean, I read the entire file, and I think like all things, when I see that like any places buy something else, like for example, Microsoft buying Discord. When I saw that Sony was buying Evo, I kind of thought there was going to be a less variety of different platforms available. But as I kept reading, I said, "Oh, every other platform is available. Smash is still there. Everything else is still there." I think that was the only issue I had, was that there was going to be less variety, and that was what I was worried about. I mean, I like the direction that they are going because they're trying to get their shit together and clear up their bad name. You know, there was a lot of staff members that were, you know, that they
Not
committed.
the greatest.
Yeah, they weren't the greatest, but I remember Andre was always telling me about it when he was at the apartment one day. But for the most part, it seems like Evo is trying to head in the right direction. They're trying to get things up and running again, trying to get events happening. Like especially, I mean, they're even trying to get Guilty Gear Strive in there, so that caught my attention right away.
Get rid of the Smash players, huh?
But I think this is good because it's gonna keep a lot of. We need Evo in order to keep a lot of fighting games living and breathing. Like even if the game is good and it comes out, even if it's really really amazing, so you need competitions and pro players playing these games. I mean, it's how people see them. They get to see how they play. They get to see the core mechanics of the game. They get to see how fun it is, and it gets people buying the games, picking up the games. It helps build a community. It also keeps the community alive. Need those things, and I think that this is a great idea. Keep a lot of fighting games that should be around.
A lot of people would actually argue against that, saying that Evo shouldn't be the creme de la creme of fighting games. Because when people thought Evo would go away after this whole Mr. Wizard situation, they were like, what's going to happen? What's going to be the big top tier fighting game tournament? And a lot of people were saying CEO, that's ran by Bailey.
Yeah.
Which I think is a perfect comparison. Let's say for example, if you watch wrestling, right? WWE's big show is WrestleMania. And their show leading up to WrestleMania is the Royal Rumble. You can kind of count Evo as WrestleMania and CEO as like the Royal Rumble, that road to WrestleMania type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think fighting games need Evo to be popular and to continue being pushed. Because if Evo disappears today, I'm pretty sure another business or in some way, shape, or form will find another way to make another de facto big.
And we have other tournaments. We have other tournaments.
Yeah. Well, there's so many tournaments throughout the year. At any point, we can make any of them just as big as possible. And CEO being the shiny example that they pretty much compete with Evo, even though it's not a competition, but they.
I do agree with you.
And CEO I think brings a lot more people together more than Evo does. Evo's more like for bragging rights and money and to prove I'm the best at X fighting game. CEO is more about I'm gonna prove myself as the best fighting game, but I'm also gonna meet a lot of cool freaking people.
Yeah, and
I mean I haven't been to CEO, but I have friends that live in Florida now that have been to CEO continuously, and Jabali runs CEO, the fighting game tournament, and then he runs CEO Taku, which is also like kind of like an anime convention. So I think CEO is a lot better for bringing people together as well as doing fighting game tournaments, and Evo's just kind of like the serious. Place to go when you really want bragging rights, so you really want to win the big money.
I mean, even in New York, we have our own tournament scene, which is Battle of the
Next Level.
Yeah, Next Level and Battle of the North, or I think is it Battle
Defend
of
the North.
Yeah, Defend the North. I keep saying Battle of the North. Yeah, Defend the North, and it's like if Evo didn't exist or stop, that's not gonna stop there. Especially, it's gonna be even better for me since I live in Brooklyn. So, we live in New York.
We also have East Coast Throwdown, so there's multiple events around the world.
Yeah.
Whether they're broadcast, in the masses or not, Evo's not the de facto.
Yeah,
but it's great that Evo's there.
But it's nothing better than this watching. I'm telling you right now, who's never been to a tournament, fighting game tournament. Like I'm telling you right now, it's nothing. Nothing is more better than the world to actually go to a fighting game tournament. It is the most hypest shit you'll ever experience in your entire life. It is the most funnest, hypest shit. And also you get to meet so many friendly people and friendly like celebrities. So I actually did meet Sonic Fox. And he's like super nice. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's always smiling and shit. I'm just like, I thought he was like gonna be an asshole. And then Chris G, I took a picture with him, and I was like, "Woo, got my nipples hard and shit." I'm like, "Ooh, okay," but nah.
Chris G is nice when you're not beating him.
Yeah, I noticed because like I was sitting next to him, and I didn't even realize I was sitting next to Chris G. And I was like, It's like, wait, is that Chris G? Like, oh wait, man, looked tired. You look because I think he lost like one match. And he was like fucking Thanks. And he's laying
Yeah, no,
his head down.
Chris takes L kind of seriously.
It's not that serious, guys, but it's okay. It's okay. But nah, on some serious stuff, to give my opinion on this whole situation, I think this was a very smart move in the sense of like ever since the situation with the owner of Evo, what's his name, Andre?
Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, Mr. Wizard. Ever since that whole situation of the sexual harassment and whatnot, I think it was a smart idea for someone to come in and buy this company. Only because
There's any company to come in, Sony.
Yeah. It could have been Microsoft that bought them. It could have been Nintendo. I think it was.
I would have been very upset if it was Microsoft, to be honest.
Because they wouldn't have done anything, right?
They would have not done not a single thing. They would have let Evo run by itself, and they would have added a bunch of pointless ads that they don't even bother, promoting themselves. Like Microsoft doesn't take initiative when it comes to things, and when they do, it's super late. This is coming from somebody who used to be a huge Microsoft fan, dude. Like I used to love Microsoft back in the day, and now it's just like whoever, like the people running Microsoft, like Phil Spencer and the rest of them, they don't take any initiative when it comes to like what people want. Like we're literally telling you what we want, and it's you boldly just ignoring everyone.
Yeah.
At least with Sony, it's like even with Sony, like even if they want to ignore what people are asking for, they'll tell you like, listen, we just don't want to do it. End of story. Like I'd rather get a no than to be left hung and dry.
That is.
And Microsoft would have just did that, and Microsoft don't got money to be putting into shit like that. Like smart.
Microsoft has money, but they're just so.
Microsoft don't even support their one fighting game franchise they have. Like, they're not doing anything, bro.
Yeah, like I said, it would have been nice if anybody just bought them because of that whole situation. But I know
not Nintendo either, because Nintendo would have just canceled the whole tournament.
Yeah. But
Nintendo would have been like, no,
just to make
sorry, we own it now.
Nah, but just to make sure that like fighting games like stay alive, because a lot of the consensus of the fighting game community is that like people it's like people don't take fighting games serious. Like we take like other esports stuff serious, but fighting games is kind of like it's like
fighting games don't make the big bucks.
Yeah,
compared to like MOBAs and stuff.
Yeah, it's like super, and also it's got a really.
But they're so fun.
They're fun, but also like they're very toxic. Like, and that's just how fighting game.
I mean, toxicity comes with lots of money, so.
Yeah, but that's what makes fighting game like kind of cool, because it's like I said, I was just talking about Chris G. Like, man took the loss hard, but then he won the Marvel tournament at that year, so it was kind of like. It's fun to watch, watch the rivalry, like Goichi and Sonic Fox rivalry and how that whole thing played out. It was like so.
There's more interesting storylines when it comes to the FGC compared to MOBAs and shooters.
Yeah, it's like a whole history. It's like, and
it's mainly because it's 1-on-1 as opposed to a team versus team.
Yeah, it's like so much trash talking, so much like.
The grassroots of the FGC have always been very competitive and just, I want to say, real.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to MOBAs and shooters, like whether it be League of Legends, Valorant, Call of Duty, Gears of War, blah blah blah, all those games have toxicity. But that's mainly because of the money that's involved. It's a major esports.
True.
FGC games are not major esports. Like maybe we might get there with the new Riot fighting game that's coming out. That might be a thing simply just because Riot is so freaking big. On top of the Sony acquisition, imagine the amount of numbers they're gonna do if that game actually turns out to be good.
True. Yeah, but like they needed to do this, and I know a lot of people's worried about about other games. They already confirmed the games that's going to be on this stage, which is going to be Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, yes, Mortal Kombat, get that out of here, and Guilty Gear, Strive. So those are going to be the games, but
I'm hoping they give the games that were supposed to be on last year a spotlight, because I was really excited for them fighting Herd, Skullgirls, and KI to be coming back to Evo on a center stage.
Listen, Marvel was supposed to be on the center stage. Marvel 2 was supposed to come on the center stage, and now that's like.
Well, I'm talking about Evo Online. Marvel 2 was supposed to be before COVID happened.
Yeah, but I
And
hope.
that was an invitational. That was already a top 8 invitational.
Oh God. Oh yes, yes, I remember now. But yeah,
Yeah, that was not an open tournament at all.
but it was still gonna be dope because I was gonna watch that. I was gonna watch that.
No, yeah, I'm just talking about those 3 niche games that don't get any spotlight.
Listen,
So Skullgirls has never been on the center stage. It's always been a side game. Them fighting her has always been a side game, and it sucks because those games are freaking sick, dude. Like the amount of sick shit you can do in those games is insane. But you don't get any. Those games don't get any spotlight. Granted, all the stuff that happened with Skullgirls after all the evil stuff with Mike Z and his racial shit and sexual, like all the crappy
oh my God,
people, all the crappy
I
people
remember
have
that.
been kind of like watered out of these video games. So I'm personally hoping that these games get at least a second chance at a spotlight
I think.
again, because all these games are hype as hell. They just don't get any they don't get any recognition.
Yeah, I think it's because they mostly focus on the big hitters. Like I said, they got Street Fighter 5. That's still
The big
going
hitters
strong.
because they're consistent. That's
Yeah,
why.
Tekken 7 and I recently went back to Tekken 7. And I'm like, God, Tekken 8 needs to happen now because Tekken 7 is showing its age. And then you have Mortal Kombat 11. Don't care about that game, but whatever. And then Guilty Gear is gonna be hype as fuck. I know it's gonna be hype as fuck.
Yes.
But my question is, wait, I just realized. So there's no. Where the fuck is Dragon Ball?
Well, Evo's gonna be online. Keep that in mind.
Oh,
Dragon Ball's netcode is
oh yeah,
horrific.
yeah, it really is.
And you would have if you want to get
But
the best out of it, people would have to play on PC, and the big player base is actually on PlayStation 4.
Well. To pause for a second, like Tekken 7 online is trash as well, and Street Fighter's online is not that great either. That should be
Yes,
skipping.
but keep in mind the big difference between Tekken 7, Street Fighter, and Dragon Ball is the lobby system. There's no guaranteeing that you can keep a lobby at 0 and have it only for a bunch of competitive people to play at Evo, just for a bunch of randoms to jump in and screw up your games and start, just putting random shit on the screen and joining lobbies. Like, there's no way to. There's too much to circumvent when it comes to making lobby systems in for a competitive scene on Dragon Ball, and then without having any assistance from Toei and Namco and Arc Systems, it's just going to be literally impossible.
Yeah, I guess.
Like if it was a simple lobby system, like maybe Marvel Infinite or like I don't want to say Street Fighter. Street Fighter's lobby system kind of doodle too, but it's simple enough where it gets the job done. Dragon Ball and Arc System games just they don't work that way. So and then on top of that, Arc Systems is redoing the lobby systems for Guilty Gear Strive. If they weren't, I don't think Strive would be on Evo Online. It would simply because it's a new game. But if they kept the lobby system and we were still stuck in, quarantine another year, I don't think Strive would be returning.
Yeah, but at least they're focusing on the games that at least the 2 other games like Mortal Kombat and Guilty Gear have great online. That's one thing I can say about MK11 or whatever. But yeah, like this was a dope announcement. That's at least one good news for Sony since like they didn't really have any news to really speak of, maybe because of the Microsoft bought, and I think they did this because we have to say something because we just took an L, so this was a smart move, but I'm really more I don't really care for Smash, so I don't care if it's not gonna be there. I just don't find Smash really interesting watching it competitively.
Neither does Nintendo.
It's so boring to watch competitively. So I'm just like, I just maybe because they don't do a good enough job. Like one thing, I was watching this video that explains the importance of like commentary, and when I watch Smash commentary, I don't feel like they do a good enough job of explaining what the fuck is going on, who's doing what is this move supposed to be, what is this, why is this move is safe, why this move is not safe, why did this person do
Well,
this?
because the players don't have that information either. Nintendo doesn't disclose frame data. Sakurai even made a joke about that if you don't remember.
Oh, right.
And
right.
with I think I think it was the Minecraft update. He was like, "Oh, this move is -9," and he was like, "Oh wait, I'm not supposed to be saying that." LOL.
It's like
So
it's like
they can't really give specific info on frame data and stuff like that, just like other commentators do for the games, because Nintendo don't even provide the games with that info. They're not meant to be played competitively. Hence why Nintendo just doesn't want to support their games competitively. They're not supposed to be.
well, that's Nintendo in a nutshell. They don't really try to support the fan base. Period. So
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think critiquing the commentators for Smash for that reason. I don't think it's really on them, because they are good
okay.
commentators. I've seen the commentators that typically do Smash. I've seen them
Hmm.
commentate other games, and they do completely fine of a job. It's really not their fault.
Okay.
Again, it falls on Nintendo, which
Okay.
is it's sad, because I don't understand why Nintendo doesn't want to support their own fan base. They have so much money, and it would just make them more money and bring more eyes to them. They already have so many eyes on their products.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's the issue with bringing more eyes to your product. But I don't know. They're Japanese, and the Japanese are very stuck in their ways when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to business. So,
That is true.
I don't think. Well, none of us will never understand unless they say something. But again, they don't really like saying anything.
You won't see them actually change their ways until like they get bankrupt. Because remember, I gotta bring up Capcom. Remember when Capcom had to file for bankruptcy? It's like
Yeah,
that's when the asses wake up. But it's like I don't care for if Smash is not there, because I never watched the thing. So
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, a lot of people don't consider Smash a real fighting game, so
I
that majority will be happy, I guess.
I don't even.
Even though I want to see everybody's games flourish, but it is what it is.
Hey man, hopefully Nintendo would be like, all right, well, let's just do this for the fans, because they did it before. They was like, hey guys, we don't really fuck with this, we don't understand it, but clearly you guys want it to happen. So here you go.
I mean, yeah, they've ran their own tournament before. It wasn't, it didn't run smooth in the slightest, because Nintendo don't really know what they're doing with tournaments.
That's
But
why
they've tried. But you know what it is that Nintendo has an issue giving other people power when it comes to their IPs, and that's why they don't like having tournaments that are not run by them, and they don't like running tournaments. Period. Hence why they don't get no support.
Listen, they can
On top of that, they don't support emulators, so even doing Smash Online is like impossible. You can't do Melee Online, and then Smash 4 Online is just garbage. It's there's so many
exists.
things working against Nintendo fans that it's almost impossible to help them.
Hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But moving on from this topic, we moving on to the last topic, and then we're gonna spit fire. I guess Discord. Discord is what we use for our lovely, lovely, lovely podcast. But hey, man, we might get bought out by these motherfuckers. We might get bought out. They might own us. Microsoft might own us, because they recently reported that they're in talks of buying Discord for $10 billion.
Wait, 10 billion or 10 million?
No, 10 billion.
What the fuck? Discord is worth 10 billion? Well,
I said that too. I was like,
No, they did the same thing with Skype, and who the fuck uses Skype anymore?
Skype don't even exist.
Well, I thought Skype was made by Microsoft. Right?
Microsoft bought Skype,
Skype
maybe like 15 years ago, and then they started like installing it on everyone's computers, but nobody fucking uses it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess I get it.
It's because that
I'm just shocked at the price number. I didn't think it would worth that much.
Yeah, I was shocked too, because I was like, wow, this is a
It's still kind of relatively new. Like
Yeah.
million, I'm like, okay, 10 million kind of makes sense. A lot of people use Discord, but 10 billion, like that is a lot.
Oh, that's some big money.
A million, it's $1 billion.
Yeah,
I'm about to look into stocks for Discord. Like,
yeah, this made me want to look into stock for Discord, because
Well, privately held, so you can't even buy.
oh yeah,
Oh.
sure.
shit, you're right.
No, it's still interesting.
Well,
It's a good
they are
point.
thinking about going, like, the other part of the article is that Discord is thinking about just going, there's rumor that they might just go public, so they can still control their company, but still, get investment.
I think that would be a better solution because a lot of Microsoft, a lot of their business ventures aren't around a lot anymore. So I think it'd be a lot better to be supported by the people than Microsoft themselves. To partner with Microsoft, that's fine, but I don't think let them have your whole company. I get why Microsoft wants to do it though, because Microsoft's like if it's a platform for gamers. I mean, it's basically Skype for gamers, and just for the most part, a lot of perverted people from what I see on servers.
Yo, you should see the fucking.
It makes sense to
Discords.
me because having an Xbox, they have basically their own little in-system type of I want to say like message board, or I don't know if that's the right word, but they have like this little system, like on PlayStation. There's no area where you can go where it's like, oh hey, I'm playing. So let's take Destiny for example, right? When I was playing Destiny 2 when it first came out, Destiny is a team-based game. You need to play with people. You need to talk with people. There's no getting around it. You can't do anything by yourself for the most part. With Xbox, they made it easy because you can take any game that you're playing and post to like your own type of message board and tell people like, hey, I need help with this. You basically create like what would be like a quote unquote Craigslist post, but for Microsoft. So you'd put like what you're looking for, what you need, blah blah blah, and people can click on your post and then you connect with them from there. I understand Microsoft wanting to buy Discord because you can just add on to that and expand upon it. Like that's something I wish Sony had. So I would be more happy with Sony buying Discord because they just don't have a platform like that. But I see why Microsoft wants to do it. But I don't think Discord, the people that own Discord, should go through with it. I think they would do better continuing on their own. Like I like to me, I think Discord would have a better long-term game as opposed to short game when it comes to just having Microsoft buy them.
Microsoft buys,
Unless they're just trying to get out the business, then
Yeah.
I understand.
Microsoft just buys shit and just is like, hey, do whatever you want, and like the shit would be suffering and dying, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, whatever. Because
Microsoft is more like, let us buy this for the convenience so we don't have to work, and Sony's like, we'll buy shit for the convenience when we want to, but we also like to work.
Yeah, I think when it comes on to Sony, they're more like, hey, like we'll buy you if you prove yourself, because they didn't even because like I didn't even realize this until like Spider-Man came out. Like they never bought Insomniac. I was like, what? And you guys been doing? They literally created Ratchet and Clank. So I'm like, why would you not buy these motherfuckers? And it wasn't until like Spider-Man, did successful that they were like, you want to come over at Sony? And it's like, why did you guys not buy these guys before? And then the flip side, you have like another company, Quantic Dreams, the guys who did Indigo Prophecy and what other game? Beyond Two Souls and Heavily Rain.
Wait, so Insomniac is owned by Sony now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I understand why they would do that now after the Spider-Man thing. Simply because since Marvel has become so big, having your foot in the door in Marvel in some way, shape, or form is a lot better than not having it.
Yeah, that is true. But
after Spider-Man did its numbers and then got its sequel, and that sequel did really good numbers, it's like, yeah, we should probably keep Insomniac. We've been working with them. We have an existing relationship. We already, we should, have them on board. They've already proven themselves. This game is fantastic, and now they have, because it's not Insomniac, it's Sony. Insomniac has partnerships with Marvel. And it's like, that's another business venture right there.
That is true, but it's just kind of weird because it's like those, they've been doing gaming for a long time. That's like That's like if they didn't buy Naughty Dog, I would have been like, why? You literally had these guys they literally helped your platform become what it is. It's it was weird not to already have it. But like I was saying before, like the flip side of that is like Sony's really hard on like who they're buying, because it's like they still haven't even bought Quantic Dreams. And Quantic Dreams, again, they were doing Heavily Rain and like those point and click games. They didn't buy them.
They might not buy studios outright, but they do heavily invest in some of them. Like they're from the ground up to try and help them make games and stuff. And then they might eventually buy them, but they help from the beginning. That's kind of why when Xbox just bought Bethesda, I was like, oh, okay, you had no interaction with these guys at all. You just kind of bought them. Just make it like they had
What about Elder
They weren't there.
Scrolls? Didn't they?
You know what it is,
Elder
JJ. You know
Scrolls?
what I think what supports that too is the fact that when you don't buy a studio outright, you let that studio blossom with their own mindset. When you just own a studio outright, now you have to answer to one person or a board of 5 or 6 people to make a decision that you may really want. Like say if I want to take my game in this direction, and I'm so wholeheartedly positive that this direction is going to take our game and launch it out the ass. You don't get the final say so because you're owned by somebody else. You're under an umbrella, of
Unless you're like
other people
Sony.
and situations of people that might not even know what your vision is or even care what the fuck you're thinking about. When you don't buy a studio outright but support them, you let them do their own thing, and whether they fail or succeed, you get to view that, and it's not your loss
Also,
or it's not or your game.
I do think it's a good that Sony creates a lot. Like, so what is it? Sony Santa Monica. Like that's
Yeah.
they created
Yeah.
them and they have them, but they have their own like. I guess they get a branch where they're just working. They are Sony, but they're kind of their own thing. They can come in and make games, and I think they did the recent God of War, or was it a different?
They own
Santa Monica does
Yeah.
God of War.
Yeah, they're the God of War team. The God
Yeah,
of
so
War teams.
they are owned by Sony, and they get those resources that come with that, but they get their own little they work on what they do and they come when they're finished, as opposed to like something like Sucker Punch, which I don't think were always owned by Sony, but they pick them up and they just still do their own thing, but they're in house. I just thought that was. I mean, again, I'm not. These are $1 billion deals. I have no like in input, but I think it's just like I like that better, the idea, than them just buying Bethesda and saying now these all our games are ours.
It's not up to the head of Bethesda has to answer to Phil Spencer. If Phil Spencer don't like something, now it's not happening, and now a game is potentially delayed or canceled. Imagine if Scalebound operated.
I was just saying that in my head.
Imagine if Scalebound operated on its own, the game would probably be out. But no,
Wow.
it was owned by Microsoft, and now
Scalebound.
Microsoft don't want it.
That's a throwback. I haven't thought of Scalebound.
Man, Scalebound. For those that don't know what Scalebound is, it was like this platinum game done by the creator of Bayonetta. That game was looking pretty nice, but man,
I was
Platinum
jealous.
had to answer to Microsoft.
Yeah, he had to
Microsoft
answer
was
to
like, yeah,
Microsoft.
forget it.
Yeah, they were
When
like,
I saw that there was an Xbox exclusive, I'm not gonna lie, I got jealous. I was like, damn, that looks really good.
exactly. I was like, whoa, this speaks to me. I'm like, the character kind of looks like Dante, and he's got headphones. And I'm like, yeah, he looks like the reboot Dante.
I hated the headphones. I'm gonna be right off. I hated those headphones.
But it was playing music. It was playing like some like.
The game was like Devil May Cry meets Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Meets fucking
I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was like Jet Set meets Monster Hunter meets Devil May Cry.
I liked
That's pretty
everything
sick.
except for the headphones. I was on board for everything but that.
But that's a prime example of I think what your point was making, JJ. Because now Bethesda has to answer to Microsoft, so I highly doubt we're going to be getting any super good games from Bethesda without any major feedback.
But they said that Microsoft. I mean, Phil Spencer said that they're gonna keep doing what they was already doing. So all
Here's
the
the thing, though. Here's the real question.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft now owns Obsidian, and they own Bethesda.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Are we getting a New Vegas? Because New Vegas is probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life, and it's definitely the best Fallout game. And I'm like, and even that was a rush game. So I'm like, maybe we can get a sequel to that. I wouldn't be mad.
Listen. If we get that, I would be happy. And I think it could happen, but you won't see that in no time soon. Time soon.
I think we did branch off the Discord thing.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway,
I don't think. Me personally, I guess my final closing words for the Discord thing would be: I don't think Discord should go through this deal. Unless the people in head of Discord want to get out of the business, and by all means, I understand doing it. But if they want to think long term, I think Discord has a better shot at being a bigger company and being worth more. Because gaming is not dying. Gaming is on the fucking rise. Gaming has been eclipsing normal sports at this point. Discord has cemented itself as like a staple in gaming at this point. Like if you're a gamer, you need to have Discord.
Yeah.
I just think long term Discord could do better than Microsoft.
Yeah, because PlayStation already got rid of, and to wrap all this up, like PlayStation already got rid of their like community tab, and
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, that was kind of weird for you guys to get rid of it, but just integrate Discord because Discord is already like a community type of thing.
Yeah.
So just put Discord on there, and that's your community situation. And like pop up information of like, oh well, here's Discord for this game, a Discord for this game. Like,
And I think if Microsoft did it, they would have to put regulations. So, let's not forget that Discord is unregulated, so there is like a lot of porn and stuff like that, and a lot of predators or whatever.
Yeah.
However, obviously that would be a good thing to come off, but sadly to say, there's a huge percentage of people that use that platform for that specific reason.
True.
So you would drop numbers if it starts getting regulated too much. Like it's regulated to the point where it's like people micromanage, within their own Discords.
It'll be a Tumblr situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Tumblr got rid of all their porn, and now Tumblr is basically dead.
Yeah, no one goes on that shit.
There's no user base for that app anymore. So
they keep the Nazi shit,
it's like a double-edged sword. Like you don't want it on your platform, but it's also running your platform.
Yeah, it's kind of like too late. It's kind of like a too late situation. Like you should have been had that locked and loaded and whatever. But it is what it is. They did their thing. Hopefully this deal, if they do get bought, things won't be so bad. But it would be nice if this doesn't quite happen.
Yeah. I hope they don't get bought by anything, including Twitch and Amazon, because I don't need that.
Oh.
Amazon needs to stop owning gaming stuff.
Oh god, the fucking gaming stuff is kind of like whatever. It's like
it's just they buy companies and they buy studios and they ruin things.
Yeah, like they just don't do anything with them. That's the funny part about it. But it is what it is. All right, but
did I just hear you two guys talking bad about your Amazon overlords?
Oh god.
Yes. My personal gripe with Amazon is that they bought Double Helix, which was responsible for Killer Instinct.
Yeah, they did.
They bought Double Helix and completely took away a franchise from people that made a game that was made by people who love fighting games. Yeah, you took a studio, bought them, and then disbanded them. It was like, what the fuck was the point of buying a studio? you bought people just to make them jobless.
Just to get the IP.
That's all that really mattered. Get the IP. But Microsoft still owns the IP, so it's like, what was the point?
Wait,
no,
what?
No. The IP for KI is to Microsoft. The point was that the development team behind it had a huge amount of passion on the game. You can tell that the game had so much passion going into it when it first came out. It was an immense amount of passion, especially if you watch the documentary on it. It's all done by the Double Helix team with a bit of the Iron Galaxy team, and it was so much passion that went into that game. There was so many creators that were on that game. Content creators got their chances to be partnered with them. Hell, I even got to play with Double Helix members. I got to play with Filthy Rich. I got to speak with these people. It was a great time, just for Amazon to step in and buy Double Helix for their Amazon Games venture, which went nowhere. That's my gripe with Amazon. Yeah. And then on top of that, Amazon owning Twitch. It's made Twitch a much more aggressively harder place to grow on.
It is. It sure
and it's because the user interface is it's garbage. Like there's automated ads for streams. Like I understand ads put money on in people's pockets, but it's a very, very minuscule amount of money for the possibility of you losing viewers, because I don't know what the statistic is. I know it's very high. I don't remember the specific number, but statistically, you lose more viewers when you have ads. So, like, say for example, if you're new on Twitch, right, and you're an affiliate or a partner, or I mean, if you're a partner, you're fine because you've established yourself. But if you're an affiliate versus not being an affiliate, it actually benefits you more to not be an affiliate, because when you're an affiliate, you get automatic ads, right? So when somebody wants to jump into your stream, it's an ad. If they're in your stream for an hour, it's 6 ads. And then you can regulate the ads on your own. So you're given the choice to make a couple of cents on an ad that's 30 seconds versus that person's viewership. That is more than likely going to leave because of the ad. Nobody likes sitting through ads. That is a huge statistic when it comes to content. Like even with YouTube, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have noticed that YouTube videos with ads have gotten fucking ridiculous. I'm 2 minutes into a 18-minute video, and I've already sat through 3 ads. That is ridiculous. I don't want to watch the video anymore because that's too many ads. I understand people need to make their money, but what in the fuck is with the YouTube algorithm
That's why
and
people
Twitch
get
algorithm? when
That's
it
why they
comes to
get ad
ads?
block. That's why they get ad block.
But here's the thing, Jahi. Here's the thing. They're developing programs, and this is going to sound complicated, but they're developing programs that can detect the sequence patterns of a variety of different ad blockers, just like Crunchyroll does. Those ad blockers are no longer becoming prevalent, therefore they do not work. And they're remembering more and more and more and more different.
Yeah, these algorithms are soaking in so much info that your ad blocker doesn't mean shit anymore.
Side note,
Basically find ways to counter it, and the whole point of it is to force you to get YouTube Premium. Like they're trying to force you to get YouTube Premium so they can make even more money.
So pro tip for
that's kind of the reason why they're treating ads.
If you're on YouTube on mobile, if you skip to the end of the video and replay, you skip all the ads. Then if you're on your computer and you put a dash in between the T and the U, no ads. So you don't need to get an ad blocker. So it goes no cookie mode on your computer, and if you're on your phone, just go to the end and restart, and boom, no ads.
Companies have been talking about working around ways to do that because I know of that specific workaround, but keep in mind the mass majority does not.
Yeah, I usually do
so
that.
Like for me, I'm a content creator. I need more eyes on my product because I'm in a situation where I'm competing with millions upon millions of other people for people to watch my content and watch me, do what I do. That's a lot harder when I have ads consistently blocking people from. I'll take consistent viewership over ads any day. Is what I'm getting to. Because the moment you have an ad, people are instantly inclined to want to continue watching because nobody wants to watch the ad.
That's 100% true.
Especially when it's a fucking 50 second to a minute ad that's unskippable. Like, that's ridiculous. Now I missed all the content and I'm upset.
Nah, I usually just skip to the
Like,
end.
how many times have you gone into a stream where it was like something exciting, whether it's like news or it's a tournament, and something exciting happened, then boom, ad out of fucking nowhere. That throws off your whole mood. As a viewer, that it really disrupts the experience, the viewing experience.
Crunchyroll now, if you want to use Crunchyroll free, because the ad blockers don't work anymore, you have to sit through 6 ads every couple of few minutes, like 6 ads, 6.
Yeah.
It just now gave you the option to pick a 30-second ad versus 6 ads. But before you didn't have an option, you had to watch all those ads. Like it made me just not want to use Crunchyroll free.
And now people switch to Funimation, and I think Funimation was recently bought by Sony as well.
Yeah.
And Funimation has like 0 ads for the most part. 0 ads. You get like maybe 1 or 2 every so often, but it's 0 ads, and I sit on Funimation for a super long amount because of it. Crunchyroll, if I'm really into a freaking episode and it gets interrupted by 3 ads, I'm upset. Like now I don't even want to watch.
That's why I watch.
Nobody likes ads. Nobody likes ads. Nobody wants them. We're
like interesting fact, and for anybody that still uses Facebook, and I think Instagram app it has it as well because I think every 4 posts is an ad. If you go on your Facebook right now and scroll, after every 4th post of whether it be a page or a group or a person, there's an ad.
I'm actually gonna check that right now.
There's ads in the videos on Facebook.
Yeah,
now.
And then there
can
ads
be ads
in the videos that are unskippable.
The worst part, like he said, they're unskippable.
And it's the same with Instagram. I think it's I don't know if it's every 4 posts on Instagram, but every 4 or 5 posts on Instagram, and same with Facebook, that you scroll up, it's an ad for something that you've probably never used ever.
That's the fun part.
Or it's a cookie for something that you visited before.
Even if you refresh your damn browser, you still gotta watch that ad.
Mm-hmm.
They keep track of that session. You still gotta watch that ad.
God damn, I never knew any of this. So
if they're developing ways to get around stuff, that's like just how it is.
Mm-hmm. Bring more to the consumer's eyes to potentially get their money.
Also, it brings more attention to different products, but it also helps the business gain more money because they're also forcing people to just subscribe so that they don't have to look at the ads. Like it's the only reason why I have
take
premium.
our $12
it's the only reason
ad blocker or watch 8 ads for your video.
Win-win, and it works because if you're subscribing something so you don't have to watch it. You did what they wanted you to do. You did exactly what they wanted you to do.
Hey
Mm-hmm.
man, they tried, alright? They trying to get that money, trying to get you.
They are the definition of, hey, let's get this bread. That's the definition of let's get this bread.
But when it comes to like streaming service, doing that for like content creators on platforms like Twitch, YouTube, I was gonna say Mixer, but Mixer's gone. But mainly, you know, the big two,
Oof.
Twitch and YouTube, you're hurting content creators more than you're helping.
Hey man, they tried, alright?
Ads hurt more than they do help.
Hey man, they tried. Okay.
Oh my, I started seeing fucking ads and shit. Makes me not want to watch the damn shit.
Yeah, like I remember when I finally
Literally.
got my subscription button on my channel, and people were coming to my channel like, "Oh shit, I got an ad." You know, I got that message from so many different people like, "Oh damn, I got ads. Hold on, I got this ad. Fuck," and I'm like, I'm sorry.
So I'm surprised because when I watch your video, it doesn't.
Because you're subscribed. That's literally what Roy was talking about. That's what Roy was talking about. The company makes you subscribe. They take your money so that you don't have to watch the ads. So do you want the convenience or do you want the annoyance? So it's either you give us your money monthly so you don't steal no ads, or you don't and you get, you know, fucking flooded with ads.
Hey man, it is what it is. These motherfuckers just trying to take money, but hey,
That's the whole point. It's like if they were to just sit there and have all these ads, you know.
I feel like.
They or you keep going.
No, I was saying I feel like it would only bother me if it's like if it's a YouTuber or a streamer that I'm really interested in, and it's just like constantly.
But that's the thing when you have interest in
Like if it was like
if you have a lot of interest, like if you have interest in a lot of stuff, you're gonna be watching them. So odds are you're gonna be seeing these kind of problems.
Yeah,
like I feel like people tend. I feel like because of the whole fact that people are being forced to subscribe, you know, there could be scenarios where people forget how annoying the ads are because they are so used to having the paid ad blocker for them. To not really know you like all that time has passed. Like when my ad blockers were working for I have YouTube Premium, so when the ad blockers are working, so months and months and months passed. You know, when I went onto my other YouTube account to like upload a video like that for a fighting game, I went to click on a video. There was more ads than when I was like more ads than ever. So it was like all that time passed. When I had having YouTube Premium, I noticed that there was like more and more ads being put in a video per minute of the video, and it was just getting out of hand. It was just getting progressively worse.
Huh.
I think the best way to put it in a situation that's happening today, imagine watching that fucking Justice League Zack Snyder film. It's 4 hours long with ads every 20 minutes.
No.
And it's 5 to 6 ads that are unskippable. They're only 15 seconds, but it's a minute and 30 every 20 minutes in a 4-hour movie. You are going to lose motivation to watch that movie 30 minutes in.
Sir, please.
That is the perfect analogy.
I think that's the best way I can. The best analogy I can.
Perfect. That is perfect.
And now,
he actually
you just
did it.
lost a Justice League fan because of the ads.
Oh my god. Okay, we are moving on. Let's wrap this up. They violated. Oh my god. Anywho.
It's not even a violation to the movie. It's just an analogy to show you that ads really do.
Listen.
Perfect.
If you can, guys. At the end of the day, if you can stomach through.
Keep in mind, guy, you said you watched these movies back to back to back. That's like good 8-9 hours.
Bro, I did not.
Imagine
stop.
Fucking 50 to 100 ads between all those movies.
Sir, Bob, I said.
And did any of those ads convince you to buy nothing? More than likely not. It convinced you to stop watching when you were watching.
Well, I had to see it.
Because I'm going to say like 2 to 3% of the time when I see an ad, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, am I actually interested? Like I don't know, randomly on YouTube, there's been an ad for a Cube pillow. Which I'm like, it's just a pillow. But I took the time to go to the website to look at it because it looked interesting.
If we're talking about ads that made me hate, you remember those Dr. Squanch ads? I hate those ads so much. I go out of my way to refuse. I will never purchase them. Instead of like, oh, it's something that might interest you. Some ads are like, I will never purchase you or anything else associated with it. Those Dr. Squanch ads
Or the Raid
piss
Shadow
me
Legend
off.
days where
Oh my
every ad
god,
was a fucking Raid Shadow Legend ad.
they're coming back.
Every
They're
They're
5
coming
coming
back.
seconds.
They coming back, man.
They're coming
Don't
back.
worry. Eventually, we'll have a Raid Shadow Legends if we make it that big. You know.
But even simple things like bounty, towels. It was like I used to see this shit all the time. I'm like,
Hey,
yo,
man.
I have some in my house. Leave me alone.
Hey man, you gotta do whatever you gotta do to make that
You want
money.
this Old Spice?
The
You
only
want this
ads
Old
the only
Spice?
ads that I think have a place are the holiday ones. Because you don't see them all the time, and they have a lot of charm to them.
The only ad I ever want to see is a Guilty Gear Strive ad. That is it.
All right, moving.
I will watch. I will
on.
watch that ad. I will literally rewind the ad just to fucking watch it again.
Okay,
Can you
Okay,
rewind
man,
the
I
ad?
care
I've never
about-
even seen it.
you can't. But
No,
what?
you can't. No, there's some ads where you can't, and it's fucking stupid. That ad will load so perfectly, no buffer. But the moment you leave the ad, it's like your video isn't gonna run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. Okay, that's pretty much all the topics, but we're gonna speed through some news really fast. So, all right, first news: Sony. You have only a certain amount of time. The PlayStation 3 store, the PS Vita, and the PSP stores are gonna be closing down soon. So if you have any games you need to get, I'm trying to find the date. Can't find the date. But if you have any PS4 games or PS3 games that you need to get on your PS3, get them now because they're just gonna be like, well, fuck that shit. Anybody have anything to say on that? Nope, nothing.
Kind of expected.
Yeah, it sucks. But
I didn't even know that the PS Vita and PSP stores are still open.
yeah, it's still open.
I know the PS3 store was, but then in the PS3 store, the navigation is like doo-doo, so it should have been closed.
Yeah, it sucks, but at the same
And
time,
and if you're gonna get games for like older systems, just get them physically.
The PS3 system. Well, since I just recently got a PS3 and a Vita, it's on like the store has actually gotten worse since back in high school. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like-
really bad.
I don't understand how it got. I don't know. It's like I feel like they're missing.
Well,
games
there's
they
less
used to
support,
have.
so it's obviously gonna run shittier.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't know. It's like they're missing games that they used to have. They don't sell. It's just weird. It was just like, but I know a couple like stores in Midtown that I go to. I can get physical copies.
Yeah, I think for older systems, you should always just get physically.
hey, listen, if anybody can get me a PS3, I would be extremely happy before this
Go to
shutdown.
GameStop.
No. There, get one. Merry Christmas.
What? Wait, what?
No, ain't no one buying you a whole ass system, even if it's old.
Oh my god! I mean, not new. I just need to use one so I can get these games because I want to go back to Metal Gear Solid. 3.
Actually, we talking about systems, bro. You ain't
Or
over here with that PS5. Where's
just get an
the
emulator.
That ass over here, boy.
Sir,
Was
I
that
don't
PS5?
want.
Just emulate the games.
Josh.
I don't want to. First of all, to answer your first question, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a PS5. Second of all,
That's not what the photos say.
First of all,
He bring that PS5 over here, all right?
sir.
I want to talk about buying.
I
systems.
welcome you to come to our house and relax yourself.
Just don't tell anybody where you're going. Leave your phone at home.
Listen. It's okay. Answer the second part.
Let me help you.
Nah. But
Let me help you.
no. Whole point is it's closing down. For the PS3 and the PC. The PS3 and the PSP store is closing down July the 2nd, and for the PS Vita is closing down August the 27th. So you guys got until then to get your
Why the
games.
different dates? That's a little weird.
I don't fucking know. Like this whole
If
situation.
they're all owned by the same company. That's a little weird.
This whole situation is stupid because like this is the whole reason why I'm talking about backwards compatibility, like the importance of backwards compatibility to like reserve the legacy of games because it's like yeah you can emulate the stuff, but if you already own the copies, I don't know why you just can't plug it into your fucking PS5 and it scans this and be like, hey, do you want to download the PS1 or PS2 copy of this game?
Well, it costs them more money to install the hardware
It,
eventually
it,
into the newer
it doesn't
systems.
matter. It doesn't matter. These motherfuckers are getting $70, asking people to pay $70 for a new game. So
Well, the thing is that like from a company standpoint, like the plain devil's advocate for a company. I can understand not wanting to put backwards compatibility just for the sole fact that it's like somebody's gonna buy our system and that's all fine and great, but we want that continuous financial investment from that person. And if that person only is buying our
so
system to
just put
play
it
old
on.
games, we're never going to get that continual
Just
financial
put
investment from
it
them.
on the PlayStation Now store and have it be able to download games. If fucking little kids are able to put PS3 games on their MacBook, I don't want to hear no excuse why a big corporation can't figure it out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not that they can't figure it out; they can, but that doesn't guarantee that the people buying it for old games are going to buy new games.
Listen.
That's all I'm. That's just me playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, fuck
I
that.
want backwards compatibility. I'm going to buy new games and old games regardless. I'm a fucking
If Microsoft can do it, Sony can do it. I don't. And Sony is in the best position because they have so much legacy titles. So
yeah. Microsoft did a good job at doing that. That's one thing I can give them.
Microsoft been killing it. I'm telling y'all, Microsoft been doing good. But moving on from this, what the hell is this goddamn game? Returnal is finally gone gold. Congratulations on the team. That means that the game is pretty much complete and is ready to be sent out to the world. They just have to do a few bug fixes. So congratulations on them.
What game?
Returnal.
Never heard.
That's like that sci-fi shooter game. It's almost like in the style of what's the game called? Hades.
So it's
It's a roguelike.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
it's a
roguelike
rogue.
shooter game. It looks dope. It looks like if it looks like a Metroid Prime game I would probably
It's
make.
PS5 only, so nobody here can play it but you. So
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
not
Let's
gonna
move on.
lie, because I'm pretty sure we all played Hades at this point. After playing Hades, I think every other roguelike is just garbage.
Really?
They're not
Because
garbage,
Hades
but
does
Hades
such a
is
good
bad.
job of because I don't even like roguelites. I've bought 2 roguelites after playing Hades, and I'm like, these games are boring compared to Hades.
Damn.
Yo,
Well,
I
Hades,
bought the new Skull, the Hero Slayer, and I'm like, this is cool. It has a lot of charm, but it's not as fun as Hades.
Well, Hades is
And
like
then
the pinnacle. That's why it was up for Game of the Year. Hades is
Yeah.
kind of not fair to compare.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Also-
Hades kind of spoiled me for like roguelike because I also bought
Dionysus is the best.
Curse of the Dead Gods that came out recently too. And that's a roguelite. And I'm like, yo, they could just add like 20% of what Hades added and this game would be better.
well, you'll be.
And yes, Dionysus is like the best.
Oh my god. Well, you'll be.
Yeah, that's the bro.
Bruh, you are happy. You would be happy to know that recently the goddamn the BAFTA Awards, basically Hades won.
Yeah, Hades won. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
Hades won a lot of the awards, but sadly, Last of Us Part 2 took home the Game of the Year.
The BAFTA?
Yeah.
BAFTAs do Game Awards now? too?
Yeah, they do Game Awards as well.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
so it won a lot of awards. Ghost of Tsushima won an award. I don't know which one they won. Best animation went to goddamn Last of Us Part 2. Hades won a bunch of awards. Ghost of Tsushima won best audio. And then best game from them. It won a lot of awards, so
Ghost
congratulations.
of Tsushima got robbed at every award show last year.
Sir,
Ghost of Tsushima got straight up robbed.
I mean, listen, if it makes it better, Ghost of Tsushima won Best Art Style. Okay? It won Best Art Style. But Spider-Man Miles Morales won Best Music, which is fucking weird. It's weird because
the music was okay. It wasn't like groundbreaking.
Like compared to,
It was really good. I'm not.
it's really good, but compared that to like Last of Us, compare that to Ghost, compare that to fucking Final Fantasy VII. Nah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ghost had a nice soundtrack, but
it's not like it stuck out. I think
Like-
FF7 stuck out because it remixed a lot of their music.
I think that's the reason why it didn't
But
win
you know,
because
it's
I would say Hades, honestly, but I'm partial to Supergiant's music tracks. After Transistor, I always liked their music, so I would.
yeah. Supergiant made me love their music after I finished
You know
reading
Hades
that
does have
ending song of Hades. It's in the blood. Yo, as soon as I beat the game, I was bumping that.
wow, damn.
Hades soundtrack is great.
Supergiant is just Supergiant is one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but they're definitely up there.
They've become one of my favorites after Hades.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much what they won. Also, who else won? Laura Bailey won Abby for Last of Us Part 2. Fuck that. Ashley Johnson should have won that. I'll say that till I die, but whatever. And Last of Us Part 2 won Game of the Year. Again, fuck that game. Give me my 60 frames and my multiplayer. Alright, moving on. Basically, PlayStation's Japan studio is getting reorganized. Basically, the people who made Shadow the Colossus and Ico, that team, that whole company is probably getting shut down.
I think Maximilian was talking about this recently because somebody had asked him. Yeah, Sony is no longer separated within NA and Japan. Sony is just one thing now.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad because they make really great games, but you know they're mostly haven't been doing anything. They've just been sitting on their ass.
Is Team Ico getting shut down, or is Sony Japan getting? Because Sony Japan is
getting reworked.
No, Sony Japan is getting not shut down, but
reworked. It's not. So basically, they're gonna be
there's no separation anymore. Like, where Sony Japan made that, so we got to talk to Sony Japan. No, Sony is like we're all together as one now. There's no two branches.
That kind of sucks because Sony Japan was like whenever you saw Sony Japan on a game, like, you knew it was gonna be quality. So I mean, getting rid of that is like, I don't know. They have a brand.
Yeah, it sucks. Weird. It sucks because like those guys are really fucking talented, but they literally don't put out anything. Like.
Well, okay. Team Ico, yes, but Sony Japan does put out a lot of stuff. Like, they put out both Gravity Rushes. They put out...
Yeah, they put out both Gravity Rush. And where's our Gravity Rush 3?
I just think it's weird for Sony Japan, because that's like a legitimate... Like, whenever you see Sony Japan on a title, that's just it's a brand of quality, and to get rid of that just to merge it all together, makes sense, I guess. But
well, the thing is, there's still going to be a Sony in Japan. It's just not going to be its own separate branch where they run their own thing.
Yeah, so we don't know exactly what is gonna happen, but hey man, it is.
But on Team Ico shutting down, I'm not surprised. It's a little bit saddened, but not surprised. Since Shadow of the Colossus is like one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, and I actually watched the whole playthrough of of Last Guardian, and Last Guardian is actually pretty interesting. But whatever.
I don't know. I never cared for Ico or Last Guardian. I think I was just there for Shadow. Got in and out.
Yeah, I also like Ico. Ico, even though it's like kind of annoying to like carry that girl throughout the whole fucking game, it's so interesting. But whatever. Moving on. Two more. We have Ghost of Tsushima is getting a movie by the John Wick director, so congratulations, Ghost.
Sure they are. You can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes because I'm still waiting on that Dogs movie. I'm still waiting on the Nathan Drake movie. I'm still waiting on the
That movie's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out. Tom Holland's literally been talking about it.
It was announced like 15 years ago.
No, but it's
done.
It's done.
Just waiting for it to come out.
Tom Holland recently came out and said like that movie is done, and also Spider-Man is done. It's done production. It's finished
Yeah,
production.
they're finished and they're
Yeah.
just waiting.
Yeah.
Well, once it gets released, I'll believe it. But it's like it's been so long.
I
So
mean,
keep in mind it's 2021, and this is the year
Yeah.
that we were going to be affected for like media when it comes to games and movies.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's also these games got announced. Like the Sleeping Dogs movie got announced like 6 years ago.
But sir, the Sleeping Dogs isn't even a fucking IP anymore because that shit, like, the game is not even anymore. Like, they don't make any games for that, so I don't think they're gonna even care to do that.
Okay,
IP.
I was scared you were about to say the game isn't good because announced.
Oh no! Oh, I would never say that. Sleeping Dogs is amazing, but
That game has been given out for free on like
every
possible.
platform.
You guys ever played the DLC where it was like a Jet Li a Bruce Lee movie? It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
The drunken I love that game.
yeah. It's
You
like
know,
a
I
homage.
own Sleeping Dogs on like 8 different platforms. I still never played this.
Nah, you need to, bro. You need
That's
to.
one of the games where I'd be like, the DLC is fucking worth it. The DLC is great.
Yeah, the DLCs for that game is all fun, like all fun. But I'm happy to hear that Ghost of Tsushima is getting a move. Not really, happy to hear that, but at the same time I am because it's a new IP and it's booming.
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima seems like it would have been a movie without the. To be honest.
Yeah,
And if you played it in Kurosawa mode,
yeah. I hope if they do when they do the movie, hopefully they'll have another cut of the movie that's like in Kurosawa mode or whatever. That would be dope. But honestly,
Would you settle for parts of the movie being in Kurosawa mode, like some battles?
if they're gonna go, I'd rather they go.
go all out. I'd rather they go all out. But honestly, I'm not even when it comes on, y'all already know how I feel about video game adaptations. Like, they haven't been good. Now, only one I have.
Speaking of which, if we're still spitfiring, if you have any more topics, is anybody excited for MK?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Not
The
really.
movie?
I'm looking forward to it.
What about it?
I mean, I'll watch it. But,
We'll do a spoiler cast on that. That's still coming. That'll be our whole episode, just talking about that movie.
they better have the fucking theme song. I don't even care if I watch the movie or not. It better be in there.
Yeah, but they
I believe they said it's in there in some way.
Yeah, they said it, but
They done good. Done good.
But Sony, I gotta give Sony props. At least they're making their IPs and putting them on movies and television shows, because their IPs are dope. And the only one I'm looking forward to is the Last of Us TV show, only because that has Pedro Pascal. So
It's gonna be a TV show for the first one.
yes.
Okay, the first one I'll be okay with. The second one, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, let's not.
the second one it would just be a drama.
I was like, let's not do the second one, people.
First one would be great,
Yeah.
especially if they can nail that beginning scene of Last of Us in the in a TV series. That would be insane. Because I remember playing Last of Us and that scene with his daughter fucking hurt.
I think it's everybody hurts.
I was like, damn, dude. Like, I was shedding tears. I was like, shit, that hurt me.
That's raw. I think it's.
It was like, and the person who played his daughter, like, just the voice acting, like, she did a fantastic job with the grunts of pain.
Yo, that's what made it even worse is because she was grunting in pain.
Yeah, the little gasps for air.
Yeah.
It was like you really felt it in your chest, like, yo, damn, dude. They can nail that in a TV show. They're off to a good start.
Yeah, but they already said it's gonna be a one-for-one recreation with some minor changes, from what I've heard. Because Neil Druckmann is still writing this, so be warned, it's Neil Druckmann. So I'm just
Well, the minor change that does not need to change is that part. Because that part of that thing is what gripped most people into that game. Where it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna continue to see what happens.
All right, yeah, but all right. So moving on from that.
Take a moment.
What the hell? Oh. Moving on from that, Back for Blood has been delayed to October the 12th.
Sad face.
Yeah, that's extremely sad face. I was like, fuck, man. So that's basically.
I was trying to have a hot boy summer with a bunch of zombies and my boys.
Yeah, I really was.
Now I gotta have a hot boy fucking autumn.
It's like, but they said there's still gonna be the beta or the alpha test. I don't know when that's coming. But yeah, that game has been delayed. That game looks so much fun. It just brings back so much memories. But yeah.
Well, there is a beta now. It's a closed beta. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
open one.
I think it's the alpha beta, but July. Wait, June 22nd is supposed to be the beta. So it is what it is. Hopefully the game comes out. Take your time, team. You guys killing it. All right, and to wrap things up, Square Enix had a showcase, and I'm just gonna run through all the games they showed. So, in no particular order. So, they have a new name for this game called Project Athos. It's called Forspoken. Looks dope. Yeah, it looks dope.
Good.
Looks dope.
That's the one that has like the Warframe type of movement, right?
Yeah, it was like flippy dippy and whippy.
Yeah, that game looks kind of sick.
It looks sick. After that, Life is Strange 3 or whatever. I think they're calling it Life is Strange 3.
I think it's called Life is Strange Colors or something.
Yeah, Life is Strange. Wait, let me actually scroll down to the fucking article.
I have to look.
True Colors. True Colors is.
True Colors.
Yeah.
I liked the first one. The second one I thought was boring. So hopefully the
Really, I like.
True Colors is all about this girl that can read minds and shit like that.
Okay, I didn't like the brothers into that much. I thought they were kind of okay. The first one I thought was great.
Yeah,
I love the first one.
I like the first one as well. It has some really weird dialogue, which is like, you can tell like.
It throws you for a loop, though.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it.
Yeah,
the second one doesn't really do that. The second one's more like touchy-feely the whole time. The first one's like touchy-feely and then dramatic and then kind of like, I don't want to say action-packed because it's basically a point-and-click. But like, there's a lot of things going on in the first one compared to the second. Like even with the prequel, Before the Storm. Before the Storm was great too.
It is. I never played Before the Storm. I was like, okay, I don't really. Chloe I like, but I don't like her like that.
Yeah, I didn't play it. I just watched it. But even with that, it was like, knowing all the events of the first game, it was like, damn, I kind of really want to know what happened to Rachel.
I'll play it. They also, speaking of that, you just mentioned a good point. If you get the Ultimate Edition of Life is Strange True Colors, which is the actual name of the third game, you will get a remastered version of both Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange Before the Dark.
Is this a physical version or is this like a digital?
I think it's just a physical. I will find that out later.
Well, because the games originally came out digital and everybody was clamoring for physical copies.
Listen, just get it on the PC, motherfuckers. Anywho,
everyone has a PC, bro. Come on, man.
Man, get a PC, man.
I mean, I'm gonna be busy with the plethora of other games coming out. So
yeah,
big vampire mommy milky titties.
Honestly, only thing I will say about the Life is Strange thing, I'm surprised they don't have Life is Strange 2. That's why I'm saying, is Life is Strange 2 even good? Because I don't know.
Everybody said it was okay, but it didn't live up to the first one.
Yeah, because the first one,
I'm not bashing the second one. I just don't think it was as engaging as the first one.
Interesting. Outriders, that game is coming soon. That game is going to be free on the Xbox Game Pass, so same day, so look out for that. And then last but not least, to wrap all this dumb shit up, Marvel's Avengers, the Hawkeye DLC is out, along with the...
I thought Spider-Man was supposed to be the first DLC.
Ha! You stupid motherfucker. No. He was.
What do these DLCs even bring anyway?
Are you still talking about Avengers, bro? That game.
I'm just running through what the actual event was, and they finally talked about the Avengers and actually gave out a roadmap of what they're planning to do.
I saw that roadmap.
I saw the roadmap, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Winter for Black Panther. Okay.
Yeah, but what are these? Because I you have the game. What are these DLCs even bring? Is it just the character, or is it like an extra story arc?
It's character and a story arc. So every character will have their own little story to deal with. So
because I was under the impression that this game was gonna be kind of like a DC Universe style of game, where like characters come out and you play like missions and stuff like that. That's what my impression of the game was.
It's kind of like that, but not really. It's kind of like, oh, a new character comes, here's their story DLC that explains like what the hell they've been doing after the events of A-Day. So
and they still haven't recouped their money on costs for that game.
No, they have not. And the character that everyone really wants. Black Panther. Black Panther is not coming out until, I believe they said winter, if I'm not mistaken. Either winter. I really cannot remember where the fuck.
You know where I think that game is dead on arrival, and it's honestly, I think that game was dead on arrival at launch. Not at launch, at announcement. Simply because it was Square making it. Square makes good games, but I don't think Square is a company making hero games.
I don't know, because
Like, I don't know what company I would want to put over Square to make an Avengers game, but I don't think Square is that company to make it either.
I don't even think that's the problem. I just think that, and I think Crystal Dynamics is a talented bunch of people. They literally did the Tomb Raider games. The problem is, why would you have? They clearly didn't have an idea of doing a live service game. Clearly,
hold on, Jai, did you play the Tomb Raider games?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you would know that the Tomb Raider games, as fun as they are, they're also kind of janky.
Are we talking about the reboots?
Yes.
That is kind of true.
So again, Crystal Dynamics making a hero game, that was one of the main concerns, that game feels janky and stiff.
It's kind of true, but whatever.
Again, I love Tomb Raider. I love the entire series, of the Crystal Dynamics series. I fell in love with it after the first one. But I'm not gonna play, a fanboy of it either. That game is also janky at times.
Yeah, I mean, I really like those games, so I knew they were gonna be a good people to do it. But when they said
it's
live
like, why
service,
not go to Insomniac?
Because they're busy doing Spider-Man. They're busy doing Spider-Man.
That's the thing, is like, even if they're busy doing Spider-Man, just put it on the back burner. Nobody's rushing for a fucking Avengers game. Nobody even asked for it, so you might as well just put it on the back burner and make sure that it's good.
Hey, it is what it is, man. They really fucked this up. Like, two characters.
So imagine Avengers with the style of Spider-Man. Like, come on.
They literally have two Arrow characters. It's been 7 months since this fucking game came out. Whatever. Speaking of Tomb Raider Survival, Definitive Survivor trilogy is out. Is for $20, and that comes with all the Tomb Raider games. So that comes with the reboot Tomb Raider series. So that comes with Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's $20 for right now, but it goes up for $50 soon.
That's not worth it. All the games have been given away for free.
Pretty much.
And they all by themselves only sell for like 15. So
yeah, I think I own all the copies except the first.
Unless it's
one.
upgraded in like 60 frames, but I'm not even sure.
They don't even say on here. I think they do, but whatever. Just Cause Mobile, and yeah, that's it. Just Cause Mobile, whatever. They finally did what I said they were supposed to do, and they didn't fucking do it.
Just Cause Mobile.
Yeah, they made Just Cause into a mobile game, and it's multiplayer, and I was like, fuckers, y'all should have made that into the fucking single player. But whatever. Anywho, that's it for the podcast. That is it, unless anybody has anything.
Real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, just to touch on the Just Cause thing. I've only played Just Cause 2, and I thought that game was fun as hell. Just Cause, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I would be alone on this, but since we're in the landscape of gaming and everything being a Battle Royale, I think Just Cause Battle Royale would be a fun little game to play.
I said that too.
Because that game is so funny and janky. It would be a funny-ass Battle Royale game to not take serious.
I said that too to one of my friends, and he looked at me stupid and was like, I'm not going to call him out, and I know he's going to be listening to the podcast, but I'm going to tell you, I've said it millions of times, Just Cause is a boring-ass game on its own, but when you have friends, it's fun as fuck. Because
like I to this day I don't know what Just Cause is about.
Just Cause, I don't even know what the story is. I played Just Cause. And
honestly, a game should be fun even if you're playing it by yourself. Not
the getting kicked in the balls is fun with friends. Like anything can be fun with friends. So it's not really.
But the environment.
But if the game relies on that, then it's just.
But
it's not that it even relies on getting kicked in the balls. It's just like the way you can travel around. The amount of.
I'm just talking about like gaming in general.
Yeah, it's like a sandbox GTA.
I would say what makes that game fun is navigation, and also like just the amount of like creativity and destruction you can make. You can literally turn that into a mod.
You guys do know there is a mod that lets you play online.
Yeah, but I
Right,
said
right.
they should have made that a main state of the game because it's literally the game. My problem with the Just Cause series, or at least Just Cause 3 in particular, is that the game doesn't make you think outside of the box of how to handle situations. Like, look at Metal Gear Solid 5. Despite my problems with that game in terms of the story, that game always, especially when you get to the final half of that game, makes you think outside of the box. Like, the whole mission structure, you could literally just go in, blow up shit, and not do any cuckoo crazy shit that I've been seeing online. Now, if you with friends, you know, you guys fuck around and just do wacky shit. It would make everything even more better. But the game never forces you to do that, which is, or may have mission structures that it requires you to think outside of the box or show you like, hey, like you can do this, and it's like, ooh, I didn't even think of that. But whatever. Whatever. Well, anywho, that's episode 5 of the podcast, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. So I'm gonna sign out my brothers. Say your goodbyes so we get the fuck out of here.
All I gotta say is that you never should have bought Avengers. That was a waste of time.
Sir, please leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. I'm not even hating on it. I'm just like, whatever. It happened. We're not getting Spider-Man until end of the summer.
When was Hawkeye supposed to come out again?
The launch of the game.
It's a question. But yeah, see you guys.
He was supposed to come out at the launch of the game. Anywho, Andre.
Yeah, that's been the podcast. Thanks for watching. We will be back soon with more topics. Hopefully, there's some more stuff going on that's exciting and not so kind of depressing. But yeah, we'll see you next episode.
Roy.
End of silence. This audio.
Oh God. Anywho, all right, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Peace.